All right. We're live, everybody. GM. Welcome to what's going to be another great DevNTell. So if you didn't know, DevNTell is a 30-minute window for builders to showcase something they're passionate about or been working on in Web3. It's going to be an awesome project you've been working on, demonstrating you testing best practices, automation goodies, smart contracts, how to structure a project, etc. Basically, if you've got a passion for something, this is your opportunity to share with the community here. And today I am ecstatic to have back on Naz. Welcome, Naz.
Thank
And
you. Excited to be here.
yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. Naz is going to be giving us a updated view of his project called Hashleap. But before we get into that, Naz, do you want to give a really brief intro about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, of course, my name is Nas, and I'm founder of Hashleap. We are simplifying through Hashleap crypto payments management for Web3 companies, freelancers, and contractors to track, receive, and reconcile their crypto payments. So, I've been working in Web3 for a while, and then before that, I have worked in uh, quite a few Web2 startups for over a decade and a half. So yeah, let's dive straight into the Hashleap demo. And if you have any questions, Jen, please mention that.
All right.
Cool. So is my screen visible now?
It is. Yep, it
Ah,
is. Yep.
great. So I will be talking about Hashleap today. So Hashleap is you can access Hashleap by going to hashleap.io and hit the join private beta button. And the sign in process is pretty simple. So you just add your email address and then start accessing it, basically. So I'll start with that. And then you get an email and then you basically sign in. So I'm already signed in right now in another browser window. So I'll just start with that. Uh, okay. So once you sign in, then you get to the dashboard where you have basically a view about your payment link transactions, invoice transactions, or payout transactions. So in the previous DevNTell, I have already covered the payment links and the invoices. So payment links are basically uh, a way for you to easily collect multiple payments from multiple users. So for example, let's say if I create one payment link, or let's say micro payment, then I can share that link with anyone and they can simply connect their wallet and multiple people can connect their wallet and pay. So if I connect my wallet now, let's say with Polygon, okay, so let's not do that for now. Um, so this is for payment links. And the payment links, we have two kinds of payment links. So one is a fixed kind of payment link where if you have seen that the amount is fixed by the user who has created the payment link, and then we also have range payment link. So range payment links are basically like where you can specify a range between which you can accept the payments. So for example, in this case, when I created the payment link, I said, okay, I want to accept anywhere between 5 to 5,000 for the open source work that I'm doing. So basically, if people can add anything between 5 to 5,000, and then connect their wallet and pay, and then obviously it will come directly to my wallet. It's pretty simple. And then you can disable a payment link and then enable it again using the this dashboard. Invoices are similar, but they are different from the point of view that you get one payment from a single user for each invoice, and once you have received the payment, then basically it is completed and it cannot be used anymore. So for example, in this case, if I go for an invoice that is paid, you can see, I can see it is already paid. I can't basically uh, use that again. Now, let's say I have some invoices that I created in the past for demo purposes, which are not paid. So if I go there and I simply connect my wallet again and pay. So let me go to another window for this one. Let's say here. So you can see I have received this invoice from, so this is the view of invoice for the client who's going to be paying me in this case. So if I'm a freelancer, I can create this and send it to my clients, and then they can simply connect their wallet. Let's go with this one for now and pay. So once I connect my wallet, I can select one of these tokens, and if I have enough token, then I can basically pay in that token. So that's the invoicing. If you want to have a detailed look for the invoice, then please have a look at the previous DevNTell that we did in the past. So today I'll be talking more about the payouts. So invoices and payment links are good to accept payments, but let's say if I am paying multiple people and I don't want to ask them to sign up to Hashleap or ask them to send me invoice, then in that case, I can just do a payout from my account. And the payouts basically go through different stages again. So for example, let me go through one example for payouts. So to create a payout, I basically select what kind of payout it is. So it could be an invoice payout, but I haven't received the invoice for that, or expense, salary, credit note, or anything. So let me, I could pick an expense in this case, for example, and then I could select what currency I want the token to be denominated into. So let's say GBP. Title could be, let's say, November expense. And I could either create a pay or just select one straight away. So if I want to create one now, I can just add one new pay, or let me just select one. In this case, let me select, yep, this one. And I can add the amount. Let me put a very small amount so that I can show how it looks like. And then I can just leave it to 0. If I want, I can add any notes or just leave it. So now at the bottom, I have like 3 options. I could either do pay now. So if I select pay now, then it will straight away get into awaiting payments or processing sections. And then basically I can just connect my wallet and pay. And then, or what I could do is, in this case, I could also send it to pay. So if I click on this button, then the pay will receive a link, an email with a link, a unique link, and then they can go and check it, and they can update the information, certain information. Or I could just save the draft and keep it in my list, and then I can come back to it later. So the good thing about this is I don't have to, the user who's getting paid, now in this case, that user doesn't have to be signed up to, or they don't have to sign into Hashleap. They can just check it, verify it, it's fine, and then I can straight away pay out. So now the payouts are very useful for contractors or who are subcontracting work, or for companies who are paying the people who are working for them. But we don't want to get into the payroll kind of payroll side of things. So that's why we are simply focusing on the payments. So let me send it to pay. I could do say, okay, so here's the another thing with this. So if I select the pay who is already signed up to Hashleap, then they have to sign into Hashleap. If they're not signed into Hashleap, then they can access it as it is. So let me just save it as draft for now. So saved it as draft, and now you can see that it is available in my draft. Now, the pay who we are paying this to, then they can also look into it and say that, okay, this is all fine, and now I'm happy to be paid. So I can edit it, and then also the pay can also edit it, for whom we have created this. And now you can see we already have the pay's wallet address here, because when they sign up to Hashleap, then when I created the pay, then I added the wallet address. And when the pay is looking at this, then they can also update their wallet address, and then in that case, the payment will be made to that wallet address. So now let's say so we could say that, okay, everything is, if I want to update anything, then I could just do update and then save draft, and then it will update it. But let's just complete it for now. So complete moves the draft to the processing stage. Now that means we are ready to pay. To do this payout now. So if I click there, then again the process is very simple right now. So you simply click on pay now, and then you get something like this, and then you connect your wallet, and then you pay. Once once the payment is done, then you get the PDF, and also the pay gets a PDF where you have the complete thing mentioned. That can be used for accounting or for any other purposes as well. So for example, here you can see in invoices, if I go back, then you can access your PDF invoices here, that okay, when it was, if it was not paid, then it will basically be due. Otherwise, if it is paid, then you will have a different view of the invoice, for example. So we have like some tests here. So let's go back to payouts again. So in payouts, then we have, so there are like some process payout and some cancel payouts. So let me pick complete payout. So complete payout basically says that okay, when it was paid, and it has all the other information. So if I want to access the transaction for that, so I click there, and then I know when this was paid, the identifier, and then the transaction hash. So if I click on the transaction hash, then I could just go to the block explorer, and then I can look at that. So yeah, so payout, this is simple, and then instead of going through the invoice payout or every other type of payout, I think we have time. Should I go through one now? What do you think?
Yeah, we got time. Go for it.
Okay, so the invoice payouts are a bit different. So let's go for invoice. Now you can see that the layout is different, but the process is pretty similar. So let's say invoice for November. Select again whatever you want to, the denomination. Again, it will show my the page that I've created, and I can select in this case when this invoice is due. So let's say this invoice is due on 15th of December, and I can add the items for the, so let's say design work, and then let's say unit price of, let's say 20, and then 20 per hour. So you could just mention 20, and the quantity, let's say I worked for 10 hours. So you get a preview here, and then if I want to add any tax, then I could add the tax on top of that, or discount, or if there's none, then I just leave it 0, and then basically add anything I want. You can add multiple rows, but let's just keep one for now. And let's just save the draft again for this one. Actually, in this case, we may have to send because if you save the draft, because invoices are in most cases legally created by the person who wants to get paid, but this is just we have created it just for the convenience that, okay, somebody wants to get paid, and again, I don't want to hassle them in terms of asking them to sign up to Hashleap to get paid, then I can just add a couple of things here and then send it to them, and then they can view and verify it. So let's actually go through that process actually. So I do send to pay. So it has been sent. I'm going to, I don't know which screen you're seeing right now.
We're at your Gmail, Google now. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to access my Yahoo email, maybe if I'm signed up to that still. Oops. I don't access it very often. So if I just click there, so this is the email that you receive, that the person who's going to get paid will receive, and then they can review their details. So now you can see. So what I have to do is I have to open it in another browser actually. So you can see that, okay, I am accessing it as a pay now. So I have a complete button here. If I want, I can again update my wallet address or this detail, or I can add more item. Then let's say I don't have to change anything. I just say complete in this case. So now the invoice is complete. And then I just go back here and then now this is the view for the person who's paying the invoice. So now, right now it's in the draft, but if I refresh that, it has come to ready to pay basically. Now I can just click here again, and then I could see the PDF for the invoice if I want to. I can even cancel it at this stage if, let's say, some details I'm not happy with, or if I want to pay now, then I just simply click on pay now, and I have the full detail. I can connect my wallet and pay basically. So this is the invoice view. So this is the payout, and then once you pay, then all this information is available within your dashboard. Here's your dashboard where you can see, and then basically look at the transaction on the on chain. Hopefully, pretty soon we will be redesigning the dashboard where you can see your cash flow, because now you can see what are the inflow of the funds and what is going out, and then you can have a very good view in your dashboard that, okay, how much money is in your wallet and what other things you need to do. So that's that. And then the other thing that we have been working on in the past is around, so right now it's around cross-chain payments. So right now we don't have cross-chain payments. So let's say if the user or if the person who's getting paid and they say that they want to get paid in USDC and DAI and USDT on Polygon, Ethereum, and few other networks, then you can only pay them with those tokens and on those networks. But we are also working on behind the scenes in terms of doing the cross-chain payments. So while working on the cross-chain payments, obviously, I personally also feel the need of moving, let's say, USDC from Polygon to USDC on Ethereum, because I need to use it. And very often then I have to go and find some bridge and then bridge tokens. But I already had this smart contract. So what we did is we also created a small DApp, and it's not live yet, but I'll give a very quick demo of that, and if it works, because we were doing some last minute changes and there was like some issue with that. So, and there is one issue. So let's see. So this is basically the cross-chain swaps that we are adding. So we'll be adding that behind the scenes on Hashleap, plus this will be another DApp. And let us know or tag within the DevNTell tweet so that we can reach out once we launch it properly. So let me switch the network, for example. So let me go back to, so this is on testnet working locally. So I'll go back to, let's say, Polygon BSC testnet. So now we are on BSC testnet, and then so basically you can see that you can select a network and then select a token. So let's say we select USDC in this case, and I have 1461 USDC on Binance, and I want to send it to, let's say, Gurley in this case. And on Gurley, I already have 4.5 USDC. So finger crossed. Let's see. Let's hope it works. Then at this, so we also have the ability here to send it to the same address. So by default, you can see that I'm connected on this wallet, this address, and this address is filled here. So if I want, I could basically add a new wallet address. If it's valid, obviously, if we also check the validity of the address. And so we can add any other address to send the token to on the destination chain, or just basically receive it on the same chain. We also show the exchange rate for the token. So in this case, since it's USDC, so let's say I want to send, I have got enough USDC, let's say 12 USDC from Binance to Gurley. So I would do, once I've done everything, then basically I can approve and transfer. So here, the first, you have to approve the tokens to be used by the smart contract. So once we have done that, let's see. Oopsie. Looks like there's a glitch with demo. It's always a glitch. So we are not getting past the, where am I? Okay. Well, we can try that next time, I guess, because we are just getting stuck in the approval state right now. So we are on testnet right now, and hopefully we'll be pretty soon getting the swaps out. And then once this is out, then we will also integrate this with current flow of Hashleap. So it is easy for users to send and receive the payments in crypto without specifying what tokens they want and on what chains they want, basically. Yeah, that's about it, Nab. I don't know if you have any questions or there are questions there. Shall I sharing the screen?
I certainly have some questions, and crowd, if you have questions, please type them out in the comments section, and I will ask on your behalf. And yeah, you can keep it on whichever screen you like. But for that swap, what underlying technology are you using to enable that, if I can ask?
Yeah, so we are basically using general message passing from XLR, basically. And the main reason we are using that is, so I started using XLR about 6 months ago when we participated in the Binance hackathon. We were the second prize winner for the Binance hackathon, by the way. Just a plug.
Congrats. Yeah.
So I implemented the initial smart contract then. So now and that was part of the bigger contract for the Hashleap. So now we are just taking it out and then basically making it standalone for this swap purpose, for the DApp purposes, and then the Hashleap smart contract will plug into this contract and basically use this eventually when we get this live.
Interesting. Yeah. Coincidentally, last week's guest on DevNTell was Ben who's the DevRel on XLR. So nice. Our viewers are getting a very nice little segue between sessions here, seeing demo to application.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but do you have any sort of date in mind of when you think that will launch live, or still work in progress?
The swap DAO and the DApp should be live within a week, I would say,
Oh
because we
wow,
just
okay.
yeah. The main thing that we are so we want to get it live in stepwise fashion. So we don't want it to be like fully ready. So for example, we'll first get it live with let's say we are calling it swap because that's the ultimate goal, because that's how we will be using it on Hashleap also, so that you can basically swap the tokens. But initially, when we'll get it out, when I say in a week's time, so then in that case, let's say you're sending USDC from Polygon to Ethereum, then you will just receive USDC without this swap purpose. So we'll add the once this is out and we don't get stuck in let's say approval stage like what happened today, then we will get into the swaps, and then we'll add more chains, because the from the point of view of Hashleap, we it is more relevant for us to integrate all the EVM chains. So we'll start with EVM chains, and XLR kind of fits very well into it. That it also supports the all most of the EVM chains. So we'll start with the EVM chains, and then we'll move forward after that.
Excellent. Yeah, looking forward to seeing that get released in
Yeah,
about a
yeah,
week's time, according to you.
yeah,
And when you were demonstrating the payouts,
yeah.
when you were picking between the three currencies that you currently support, is the idea that if you pick, say, for example, USD, and then when it comes time for you to actually pay, the conversion that you do between whatever token that you choose to pay is is that how it works? Is there like an exchange of okay?
Yes, yeah,
It,
because we thought that in most cases you when you are doing work and you want to get paid, you still say that, okay, I want to get like X amount of GBP or X amount of euro or X amount of USD. So
yeah.
what we do is like then whatever token people are paying in, and although we only have stable coins, so for USD it's like almost same. So we try to stick. So let's say if you as a user on Hashleap you say that I want to get paid in USD, and somebody's paying you in USDC, then what we do is like we try to match that. Unless the variation is like let's say it has like totally depeg. So we have less a certain percentage. If let's say if it depegs more than that, then in that case we say that okay, now we have to move away from the equivalence for USD. But then when it comes to let's say GBP or euro, then we just do the conversion for that. So if you ask for let's say 1000 GBP and the conversion is let's say 800, sorry, 1200 USDC, then we'll do that basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And do you foresee sticking with just cryptocurrency payouts for the foreseeable future, or do you foresee a situation where you'd also offer somebody to be able to connect a regular bank account to pay in fiat as well?
That's a good question. We'll see.
Okay, okay, okay.
Probably
Fair
slightly
enough.
vague. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, I think we want to simplify the crypto payments like first, but let's say because we don't want to get into a situation where it is confusing that okay what Hashleap is. So
Mhm.
so just adding the fiat payment for the sake of adding it, I think that won't make sense a lot. But let's say if you come to us and then you say, you know what, I want to pay in crypto. Sorry, yeah, I want to pay in crypto, but the other guy wants to get receive that in fiat. So like that kind of, so then that I would say that is an extension of this swap that we are adding.
Mm,
So
right.
so the answer, so it depends like okay what is the use case, and I think there are use cases where we may have to do something like that. So we'll see basically, I would say.
Fair
uh,
enough. Fair enough.
yeah, it depends on like how many users want that compared to the other features, because I think if you think about um, the people who are paying or getting paid in crypto, they are basically they will much prefer to have to be able to swap tokens and not care about it. That okay, NAB wants it on, let's say, on Polygon USDC. Like I don't have to worry about what I'm paying in and which platform. Sorry, which chain. Then Hashleap can basically work that out. So I think that is like much higher on the priority list than the fiat at this stage.
Yeah, fair enough.
What do you
And
say?
regarding the actual types of wallets you're able to connect, are you able to connect like a multi-sig, for example? So say like a DAO wants to sign up or wants to use Hashleap and their treasury is a multi-sig. Are they able to connect that multi-sig to Hashleap to do payouts or?
Yeah, so the good thing is you can do that because we use Wallet Connect and Wallet Connect has Gnosis as well. So and that's what most people use it for multi-sigs. So yes, you can do that. It's kind of a bit clunky. We have to make it like better. So just like the UI also, like we want to improve the UI. So similarly, the multi-sig will work, but the experience is not that great at this stage. I would say I'd be like totally frank on that.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. We're still working towards
Yeah, yeah,
improving all the things, right? So
yeah. We have a list of things to work on. And on that note, if anybody watching and who is a front end developer, then please reach out to me because we are looking to hire someone to help us on the UI front.
and that is actually a perfect segue. How can people reach out to you if they're interested in that front end role that you mentioned, or they just want to learn more about Hashleap from you?
Yeah. So obviously Twitter. So for Twitter, what is my Twitter ID? I think it's underscore NASJ. And or just hit Hashleap on Twitter. I think you'll find me there. The other thing is you can email me directly. It's nas@hashleap.io. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, email me or Twitter at Hashleap or at underscore nasj.
Perfect. And all that information will be on the YouTube description, except the email. But if you want to reach out to Nas, you have a perfect opportunity, especially if you want to get your feet in Web3 with the front end developer role that he mentioned. And unfortunately, this brings us to time. But Nas, it was fantastic having you on again and seeing all the latest and greatest from Hashleap.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. And before everybody leaves today, I want to present you with the QR code for you to scan to claim your NFT for being an attendee today on DevNTell. So what you want to do is grab your regular QR code scanner, scan this QR code, fill out the form, and once you fill out the form, you'll be airdropped your attendee NFT within the next couple of days. And you'll have an hour and a half from this point now to fill out that form before it closes. So get on that as soon as you can. And with that, I just want to wish everybody a very happy Friday, happy weekend, and we'll catch you back here on DevNTell next week. All right, all. Have a good
Take
one.
care. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.